politicians, celebrities, and reality TV stars have all made headlines for doing it.
We're talking about cheating. You don't have to be famous, though, to do it. And sometimes people claim they can't control it, that it just happens.
Is that what the guy says?
No.
I'm making fun of you.
I don't know.
This is going to be a good segment, I can tell already. Donna Fortney is here to talk about whether or not cheating is ever the right decision. I poke fun at this. It happens, men or women. It does happen. How could it ever be right?
It can't be.
Okay.
It's not right. I mean, if you're asking, does someone deserve to be cheated on, ask the question, does anybody deserve to be slapped?
I mean,
the answer is no.
It causes profound damage to a relationship and to people beyond the relationship, even the individual relationship. But having said that, there was a time in history where it was, if not okay, it was at least accepted. I think back to as recently as the John F. Kennedy administration. Here's a man, a president, who had many, many girlfriends. Everybody knew about it. Everybody kept their mouths shut. And back in the Victorian era, it was accepted. Men talked openly about their mistresses. But I've read, and I'm curious what your thoughts are about this, that at that time, even though it was accepted, people realized that as an institution or as a cultural phenomenon, cheating would do more damage if it was brought out into the open and damage the family, because you would break the family apart. So you keep it quiet and you do it.
It's a really difficult dilemma to be in, and people that have one-night stands and feel so guilty about it and confess, you know, if they realize that this was a crisis waiting to happen, that something would have happened, maybe an affair or something else, that it's really an opportunity to grow as a couple. If you can stay with it, if you can look at the reasons behind why an affair happens, and there are many reasons why affairs happen. I don't condone them. I don't agree. There is choice that's made. A lot of things that happen are unconscious. But it destroys a lot of people.
You're right.
You know, children, family, friends.
Where do you even begin, though? You make your living by helping people in counseling. If someone comes to you and says, I've been cheated on, you know, how do they regain that trust? Where do they go from that?
Well, to regain the trust is just a long process. And it means that the partner needs to be open about everything. You open up your phone, you open up your bills, you share where you're going, you keep in contact. You know, to begin with, don't get yourself in that place in the beginning where you're going to lunch with the opposite sex work partner, or going out to, we talked about this another time, about going to happy hour, and to talk to your partner about what they need.
But you know, that strikes me as being unrealistic in this day and age.
Yeah, I mean, it's 28% of relationships that fail are because of affairs, and it's probably higher.
What causes an affair? Is it an end in and of itself, or is it a symptom of other problems in a relationship?
Well, I could say, you know, I could give you an easy answer and say the partners aren't meeting each other's needs. And there are a lot of needs, and the partners aren't talking about what they need. Let me give you an example. If you were more of a touchy-feely kind of person, not non-sexual, but just you need to hold hands, or to be touched, caressed, and your partner needs to hear words. I'm proud of you, you did a good job, you're my hero, thank you, I love you. If you're saying those things to her and she is wanting to touch you, you're not giving each other what you need.
But
and
in
you're
so many
missing
people,
a lot.
I understand that, but in so many people's eyes, cheating is different. You kind of touched on that, I think, in your last question. You know, going out, if we went out for drinks after work with a group of people, that's not cheating in my eyes. I work with Doug, you know. But to some women, to some men, it is. So I guess it just depends on the relationship. Should you set up what you can and can't do?
Yes. And you have to talk about that. And affairs are not only sexual, they're emotional. They're getting on internet porn. If you are not bringing your energy into your relationship, and you're taking the energy out of your relationship with other people, with the internet, with webcam videos that you're sharing live with someone, that's an affair.
I've heard people say that having an affair brought them back closer to their spouse.
I see that all the time because I work with a lot of affairs, a lot of different situations that occur. And if you can get them to go back, before we start the repair work, what I do is have them connect, have them remember why they fell in love, what are the traits that they were attracted to, and to take them back to the beginning when they were in love.
But how do you forget? That's the biggest thing. I mean, that would always be in the back of my mind.
Right.
What is he doing now?
How about the front of your mind?
He's like,
Right,
you know. I mean, what is he doing now? He's late. He says he's at work. I mean, when you've been burned, how do you get past that and go forward?
Well, I do a couple of things. One, I use EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And what we're doing is reprocessing a trauma, so that we're taking the charge out of seeing it, making the movie of seeing whatever happened in that relationship. The other is EFT, which is emotional freedom techniques, and that's like acupuncture without needles. And we actually tap on acupuncture parts on our body because they're bundles of nerves, and we have all of this negative energy, negative emotion in our body, and we need to get rid of it.
And this really helps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do it all the time, every day with most of my clients. It helps me be clear for all of my clients, and then to go home to my husband and be available. And so it's really about the connecting part first, and it's about having them be vulnerable, because if you can be vulnerable with your partner, you can learn. Your partner will get to that forgiveness part. Part of it is that they realize the part they played in having this happen, because an affair doesn't usually happen in a vacuum.
We're totally out of time, and I'm
Okay.
going to ask you one more question,
Sure.
way beyond the time we have here. But people think that politicians are more prone to this kind of behavior than other people in the general public. Is that true or not?
I don't think so. I think maybe they have more opportunity. They travel more. Wealthy people may have opportunity because they have different advantages.
It comes down to it. It
comes down
everywhere,
to
doesn't it?
Right.
It happens every day to everyday people.
And probably
Next week we'll have another one come down the pike. It's guaranteed.
Just keep talking.
In the next couple minutes, there'll be many more.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It keeps the news in business,
Unfortunately.
right? The news cycle goes on. Donna
That's
Fortney,
right.
thanks for being here.
You're more than welcome.